All right, boys, just woke up. Time for me to go immediately to the store to marinate some pork overnight because I have people coming over to try the next version of the recipe. Side quest for going to Kroger. I bought this Carhartt hat, or I should say somebody bought this Carhartt hat for me, but they forgot to get the tag off of it. Clean hat. Fire hat. Damn, is my head that big? Fire hat. But it definitely looks like I just stole it and walked off. So I gotta see if I can get them to take off the security tag without going to jail. So gonna try to make a quick trip to Kroger. I gotta get shallots, garlic, oranges, limes, oregano, mint. Man, the lighting here sucks. Dog. But yeah, hopefully I can make this quick so I can get home and get this done before work. So I just realized I didn't mention what recipe we're actually working on today. So the first thing that we're working on the menu, the first recipe we're working on is for the Cubano sandwiches. I'm only missing a couple things, so we're just gonna get, the couple of things we're missing. I have a bunch of ingredients left over from last time. A lot of people, or from what I heard at least, this is my first time like creating and testing and, tweaking an actual menu, an actual series of recipes for a menu. And everything I've heard from people that I know in the food industry that have started up restaurants and, similar things is how much waste comes with creating a menu and perfecting a menu, which I think sucks, which I think is sad. So I've been trying to be as, conscious as possible of that. Trying my best to make sure none of it goes to waste, which also includes keeping track of all of the recipes I already got at the house so I don't way overbuy, and trying to get an idea of knowing exactly what I need. But essentially the plan is to keep making just the one sandwich, the Cubano, over and over and over and over again until it's perfect, until I'm satisfied with it, and having people try it, having people come over, give me their notes, give me their critiques, because especially when I'm not going to be the only one eating once the truck actually opens. It's going to be a wide variety of people with a wide variety of palates and a wide variety of tastes. So I'm trying to kind of replicate that while I'm making the recipe, as I'm making tweaks and doing all of that stuff. A couple times a week I'll have people over, try the new, make the new version, have them try it, write notes, and then make little changes from there. I'll show you guys a little more of that when we get back to the house, and I'll do some filming when I have people over tomorrow, so you can see their critiques and you can see the process a little bit more. But I'm excited. Of the 4 guys coming over tomorrow, only one of them has tried my Cubano so far. And even then, this one's going to be quite a bit different. And when I say quite a bit different, I mean like 3 changes, which can make a big difference. But yeah, I'll see you guys after the grocery store. All right, so we're back from Kroger. Got all the things we need. Got the tag off my hat without getting, accused of stealing or going to jail, which is nice. So next thing we got to do is actually make the marinade. And it's going to be a little different this time than it was the first couple of times. And I have it all written down. Why I propose these changes exactly, I don't really remember. But this thing's going to be my best friend for the next 6 months. Every little change, every little detail, every single ingredient that I add into the, gram is in this bad boy. Also, don't mind the green tinted blender. This thing has been through some absolute wars, some battles. So I'm gonna spare you guys the trouble of having to watch every second of this prep. Some chunks are gonna be sped up so we aren't here all day, but throughout the video I'll explain a little more clearly what exactly we're making and how I've arrived at this current version of this recipe. If my memory serves me correctly, this should be version number 4 or 5 that we're making today. And if all goes well, this should be the final version of the sandwich that we make. Alright, okay. Here's my favorite part, and it's only my favorite part because I found a hack for mass peeling garlic lately, and it is my favorite thing in the world, and I have no idea how nobody told me about it until just recently, because peeling shallots is one thing. Individually peeling an entire head, or God forbid 2 of garlic, one by one, is the single most annoying task in the history of the world. I think I'd much rather get a prostate exam than peel 2 full heads of garlic one by hand. Okay, so look at this. This is actually so sick. So first, and I'm sure every single person watching this is probably gonna call me a dummy, you know, how'd you not already know this? This is the first thing I learned when I got in the kitchen. Well, listen, nobody told me. If anything, it's your fault. Well, look at this. The most wonderful thing anybody has ever came up with. So it's gonna get a little loud. It's gonna get a little, you know, it's gonna get a little loud. So you put all of them into a bowl. Then you get another bowl, put it on top. Halftime. Okay, look at this. Look how sick this is. I just saved 15 minutes prepping this. Now look, don't get me wrong, you'll still get some. You'll still get some that aren't all the way peeled, but look at that. Just all on its own. And need a little workout at the same time. So traditionally, this sandwich is a very simple one to make and execute. It's simple, but it's very deep in flavor. It's a really yummy sandwich, and it's my favorite sandwich on earth. But I think we can do a little bit better than the traditional version. So at its core, this sandwich is bread, mustard, pickles, ham, pulled pork or sliced pork. I've opted with pulled for a couple different reasons. Swiss cheese, and then another slice of bread on top with a little more mustard on it. But in my humble opinion, traditional doesn't always mean better. I do think there is a lot of room for the traditional Cubano to improve, and I think I've made a lot of those improvements. So the goal for today is very simple. By the end of this video, I want to be able to have a sandwich that I'm proud to feed others. A sandwich that I know is worth people's money. Because at the end of the day, when I sell a sandwich, I want people to think that's worth their money. Because otherwise, I'm just a hack. And if any of you guys have any experience making Cubanos at home, feel free to drop down in the comments some tips, some tricks, and maybe some things you'd like to see added to my Cubano. Okay, so I think this is a good learning moment for me. A good reflection moment for me. I gotta make sure to write down even all the littlest mistakes, all of the littlest changes. So basically what I was doing was I was squeezing out all the fruit juice, measuring it, all the citrus juice, measuring it, pouring it in, and then just squeezing the next one right on top of it like the rest of the juice from the last citrus or fruit or whatever wasn't already in the container. All right, just woke up. It's 1 p.m. Me and my sous chef fresh out of bed. Buddy, get up, we got work to do. There's a lot to do today before I have 4 or 5 buddies come over. First things first, we gotta preheat the oven to 450. Let's get this out of there. Anybody else use their oven as secondary storage? Because my family does. It's a chore using the oven because you got to pull out 1,000, tin foil trays and pans and stuff. But it'd be like that. So just preheated the oven to 400. And the pork that we marinated yesterday before I left to work has to go in for about 6 to 7 hours. I believe it was 6.5 last time we did it. And I think I've got the cooking times and temps down to a science. Ignore the insanely wrinkly shirt. Ignore ignore that it's green. I promise you the actual meat itself won't turn out green. The marinade was just dyed green because of the mint, but I promise it won't turn out that way. It would look awfully weird. So the only thing we have to do is get the dry rub on it and wait for the oven to preheat. So let's do that. So this is what it looks like in the Dutch oven. I told you it doesn't look nearly as weird as it did while I was seasoning it with just the marinade on there. Like I said, that green hue is gonna go away and it's gonna look delicious, I promise. So brown sugar on, oven is preheated in our Dutch oven. Now, we just gotta throw this bad boy in. My only concern about the brown sugar, well, the angle's gonna get real weird here, but my only concern about the brown sugar, because I've never used it in this recipe before, and like I said, this is the first time I'm using a dry rub because the marinade itself wasn't, doing the perfect job incorporating all the flavors I needed. My only concern about using brown sugar is the possibility of it burning at 400 degrees. And actually, I did forget something. Let me take off this lid without burning myself, because I have a track record of burning myself each and every single time I cook, including touching my bare hand on the, yeah, it's not good. Okay, that wasn't the last thing. I just realized I'm an absolute dummy. I literally forgot the last step. But thankfully, I realized it before it was way too late. That would have been really bad. Hold on, let me flip this. Okay, so see the rest of this marinade? That's supposed to go in with the pork. That would have been so so bad if I just forgot that and left that sitting on the table. Oh my goodness. All that work, all that prep, all that planning would have just gone straight into the dumpster. All right, this is going back in. Okay, it's time to send it to 350. This is what it looks like so far. Holy fog, dude. You can't really get a... Oh, there we go. There we go. You can get a good look at it. It looks so much different than it usually does without the dry rub. And it smells so much different. But quick tip for anybody. Let me not leave that open too long so we don't lose all of the heat. Just wanted to give you a quick look. But quick tip for anybody cooking anything with a fat cap, always cook the fat cap side up so that all of the juices from the fat can drip down, and it'll make sure your meat isn't dry after 6 hours. But yeah, we're gonna go lid off for the first little bit, and hopefully all things go to plan. The brown sugar won't burn. The dry rub makes a huge difference, and everyone loves it. But yeah, I have a couple of hours. I got like 7 hours. Gonna clean the house so that's not a mess when people come over. Gonna go to the bakery, get some fresh bread. Going to go to the store to get a couple of ingredients. I'm going to walk the dog. I'm going to make like 4 or 5 homemade sauces and aiolis and things of that nature, so that we can find the best possible pairing for these Cubanos. I already have one sauce that's really good, but I think can be improved on. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys soon. This is going to be the last of the voiceover on this video. It's finally time to make the sandwiches. The boys are finally over, and it's time to get to work. The first step, of course, is to pour up a couple of glasses, get the cigars out, and chop it up with the boys for a little bit. We were talking a little bit about logistics, how things are going to work on the truck, employees, locations, business plan, and just, you know, regular stuff, life stuff, things like that. The rest of this video I'm gonna leave pretty raw, so you guys can see the full process and get, you know, the full scope and idea of how these usually go. So enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and love you guys. Sometimes, P, you gotta sacrifice for the vine, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to.
There we go. Ghost. Feel this, bro. Touch this. That sous vide's unreal. That might be the best pretzels I ever made.
I can't, you know, have
That's beautiful. And you don't lose any of the... You don't lose any of the fat that's sitting in there.
What's that? Brush cards?
I have a habit. I have a record going of the last like 4 or 5 years where every single time I cook, without fail, I burn myself. And that record still stands today. Well, look, all the fat, all the juices are still in there. As opposed to like throwing it on the pan. Like you just grab some from the top, all the fat drips to the bottom and just solidifies at the bottom, and that's where all the flavor is. That's where all the seasoning goes. Bro, it was only $150 too. That might be the best $150 I ever spent.
100%. You're gonna save a lot of time and money trying to add flavor back.
100%. And on top of that, you can make like some sick steaks, some sick like prime ribs. Come on, man.
Everything we put in there.
Start doing honey aged pork.
Oh man. Aged pork. Now that's an idea. A scary idea, but an idea. Imagine working on something for weeks and weeks, and then it just turns out to be garbage. That'd be awful.
$1,000 houses where the arena is now.
Yeah, I bought a whole pack of gloves since Nate.
Yeah.
This I realized I didn't know Nate was a germaphobe before that day. But I'm like, you know what? Let me get gloves because my hands are all in this thing. Kind of makes sense. But you know, like places like the UK, you're not required at all to wear gloves because it's the same thing. My hands and the gloves are touching the same surfaces you would be. You just gotta wash them off.
Hey, you know, even at Wingstop, they don't use gloves. I remember when I went there, they said, yeah, it's not mandated to use gloves.
I get why people like using gloves, like when the restaurants use gloves, but like in theory, but in practice it's the same thing. But like visually, you can, it messes with your brain a little bit, you know?
They know that he's gonna pay millions.
So it's not like hot, so next time I know to keep it at 190 the whole time.
It really is.
But it's good enough so that when it goes on the sandwich and everything heats up, it'll be fine. Hey boys, come here. Boys, come here. Try this pork by itself. Let me know what you think. I think that's 95% as good as it was last time. I'm gonna mix it up a little more. Yeah, I'll get your porks. Try the pork by itself and give me notes. Yeah, it's 95% of what it was when it was fresh.
Smells good.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Try that. Let me know what you think. That's nice, huh?
Tastes fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sous vide's the way to go,
When
bro.
did you make it? Like originally?
Saturday, 3 days ago.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't have known.
That's good, right?
That's actually fresh.
Do you, what do you think of like the flavor of it? Any notes?
I definitely like this more than the first and
Because
second.
it's not so citrus heavy. It's
Yeah.
way more balanced
And
of a
actually,
flavor
it
palette.
tastes like it belongs. on
I like that
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like an extreme barbecue flavor.
Mhm.
Like it actually has like
Instead of like super savory, super like barbecue style, it's more like herbs and garlic and citrus. But the first couple of times I made it, the citrus and the herbs were way too overpowering. So in the marinade, so I decided to add a dry rub after I marinated it. And thankfully, it made a big difference because there was something missing.
The sandwiches in the speak now.
Yeah,
and it's easy to mix anything barbecue anyways. Just
Yeah.
if someone wants barbecue.
facts. All right, the next thing I need you guys to do
And there's a little like
is try this sauce by itself.
That's why I figured being the dope that tries to play the game and catch along, just get used like a pawn.
not even just to use like a pawn. It's like I feel like if I try something like that, I'm gonna get screwed. Look at what this idiot did.
I have to tell that story for the next 20 years.
And every time I hear it, I have to like pretend like I didn't.
Boom, here, come here
What
real
is
quick,
the
boys.
sauce? Like, what is it?
It's a from scratch mustard aioli. Because traditionally, Cuban sandwiches in Cuba, in Miami, they all swear that on the fact that you have to use mustard or no matter what, or else they'll spit on you. But I think the mustard's way too overpowering, and I think something like this you can use way more of, and it's way less offensive to people who don't like mustard.
I
you
don't
know?
like mustard, so.
That you're perfect. What do you think of that?
That's real good.
It
Okay,
tastes like almost
so
like
that's actually the perfect opinion.
it
If you
tastes
don't
more
like
like a
mustard.
Dijon mustard than like.
You know what's funny? I made this exact sauce. The only change was I substituted yellow mustard. You could just throw it in the sink. I substituted yellow mustard for Dijon mustard. The Dijon was way worse.
Really?
Really?
Way worse.
Probably because what else you used in the sauce probably gave it that taste already. So
And it just fits the flavor profile of the sandwich so well with yellow mustard. Like, I get why people use yellow mustard, but for me, it's not nearly as good.
And burn it on that house.
How does your fish do that?
I think it's Alvin
I was
campus.
scared at first that they weren't gonna pay out right,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it did. And,
Yeah.
right,
Bro, everybody's talking about that today. R.I.P. Ozzy.
actually wrapping up now. I actually
R.I.P. Ozzy.
full story is-
Bro died doing what he loved, though.
I-
Poor guy, I loved his music. I still love his music.
I-
Bro died doing what he loved, though, right after his final concert, with all of these rock legends honoring him and all that.
Right when it was burning down, and I was making this plan, like,
You know,
half and half.
You know Schlatt, Jay Schlatt on YouTube?
I love Jay Schlatt. That's my dog.
He predicted, I think who's that?
The Queen's. He predicted the Queen's death.
And the Pope, right?
And the Popes, yeah. It wasn't even that he predicted it, it was more that he made a joke about their death and it immediately happened right after.
So who's
It's about to be by the time we get here.
now? So
That works out even better. She had to say too.
But yeah, basically he said the month of April is going to be an interesting month for the Queen and she dies in April. Yeah, so you basically did Lazio.
So the insurance company pays for me to stay in my premise that was vacant anyways. And in the middle of it, she just like,
Yeah.
Al, they're way better than when you tried them. This version is a crazy upgrade.
Okay. Your younger brother got married, what, like 2 years ago, you were saying?
2 years ago, yeah. So there's so much pressure on me by everybody else when I'm just over here chilling. The Yom Talaks are insane right now. Unbelievable
You're
right
just
now.
over here making cooking videos.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Just let me worry about when I'm gonna get married, and let me make my cooking videos, please.
Yom Passover. How do you say it? Yom Passover. Gao.
I don't know how to say it.
Actually, how do you say it? Yom
For anybody that doesn't know, Yom
Passover.
Talak is, God willing, you're next.
Dude,
Dude, what if I don't want to be next?
Oh.
You guys are remote?
He was like so excited to be revving that car.
Anthony, is there remote? Is there remote?
My dad used to have a 2015 Stingray, and when his cousin came over, he was like actually like horny for that thing. That was funny. The first thing he said when he saw me, he's like, "What are you driving now?" And I'm like, "Oh, that truck." I'm driving Mustang. She was like, "That's 550." I'm like, "Oh no way!" What are you doing? He's like,
You guys there showing you what you want to watch?
That's good.
"No clue, but it's really good."
This one sounds good. This is
Have you guys seen Tires?
yeah.
Tires is so good.
So funny.
I watched season 2 in like 2 days.
Bro, I love
watched
Shane
it over
Gillis.
the weekend. The entire thing, I was like, "Wow, this was great."
The gun episode where
Yeah.
it's a gun.
He's like, "Please tell me you got rid of the guy." Yeah, I did. Scratch out the
Bro,
sleeve.
they did them so dirty at the SPs.
Bro, that was hilarious.
So what Pat McAfee said is that the ESPYs weren't as quiet as it sounded, and he actually got a decent reception. It just wasn't picked up on the camera.
All I know is ESPN's not mad because their ratings are up.
And ESPN had to approve all of the jokes before he said them, unless he went off script, which it doesn't sound like he did. He didn't say anything all that crazy.
No, but he did crack the WWE. He said a couple Epstein jokes, make a Diddy joke, make an OJ joke.
Yeah, but like, I feel like all of them were still pretty in bounds. None of them were crazy out there.
The same age as Shane, believe it or not.
You know that board, that whiteboard, chalkboard thing that construction companies have? Days without injury or days without, what do you call it? Days without incidents. Every single time I cook, I erase the 0 and rewrite the 0. Every single time.
His stand-up's not that funny, but he's great on the podcast with Shane. Like, they're genuinely buddies, so it's funny.
You kill me, man.
These are about to be
Just like
so
the
good,
average
I
Like,
promise.
he's a comedian.
I'm so glad the pork turned out as good as it did, because I was legitimately so nervous, because I'm like, what if it's still good, but I only get like 70% of what it is fresh? Because that, most
I
people
love that episode.
aren't gonna pull up to the truck the day of or the day after. So I hope it's the number one. The number 1 and 2 standards for any restaurant is flavor and consistency. Every single time somebody orders this sandwich, it has to taste exactly the same.
Yes.
And if it's different, it better be better.
Have you still been smashing them all the way down?
No. I've chilled out on the smashing a little bit, but they're still decently smashed. And I've chilled out a ton on the butter too.
I'd love to know what's in front, and like just off the cuff and what's
Yeah.
scripted. His dad was a great character.
Made a ton of changes since you last tried it. A ton.
They're all comedians. Everybody in that show's a comedian, besides like that. Then he goes, "Did you what?"
And then when I flip it as well.
There's no way this is real.
The way this character has to do a 180 when he
love how it is. The lady consultant.
Oh,
Yeah, Shane's dad's hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, I used the wrong hand.
Food for ghost.
I gotta use this one. Yep, food for ghost. Let's see if this is the right one, right?
That's the
Yeah,
only
this
show
is
that
it.
can actually win the all those stuff. Thomas hated
So this
He's just an actor.
goes to my sous chef.
He was in George
Once
of
it
the
cools
Jungle and
down.
Spider-Man.
it looks like he doesn't have much.
Bro will
in
burn
between.
his face off if he ate it like
I
that.
mean, he was in Daddy's Home in 2016. We bought his view in
This thing's so
2011.
sick. I'm so glad I bought it.
George in the Jungle 1, George in the Jungle 2, Evan is Real.
I don't know how that works. I think it's a Bluetooth or something. Something like that.
This was him as Sandman in 2007.
Asbestos
You
hands.
would have never thought that was him.
I feel like that's a kid or something.
No flipper needed. Come on now.
I think so too, but like, yeah.
That's why there's 0 days with no injury.
It's crazy. I never would have realized.
Probably should have dried my hands before trying
You
to
know
put
where
this
you
on,
see
but
the one
B-ball.
No, it is because there's this gift of him fading away at the same.
Goes.
Yeah. I've seen that.
This goes to my sous chef. He earned it. He deserved it. I definitely didn't use the wrong hand.
I have to play that. I gotta go.
Bro doesn't even chew. He just swallows it whole.
Yes, that's he's
Oh, good.
He's coming to Detroit, but it's the day of my friend's wedding. I'm actually pissed out.
What, Cedar?
Little Caesars.
What?
That's cool.
But he's going like his audience there. And basically,
Perfect.
the manager was like, hey,
And then watch this, Pete. Watch this. You're gonna love this.
like,
You're gonna love this.
third row, like, don't worry, like, it's on us.
Get this ready. So you keep this on the spatula. My friend in the restaurant industry taught me this. He said this is the only way that you should ever be preparing your sandwiches. So boom, boom, all done on the spatula. Mix this a little bit, get us some nice pieces. All done on the spatula, so all the heat can go through everything. The vinegar comes out of the pickles, and all the flavors kind of come together. When the smoke goes through and the heat goes through all of it, and the flavors kind of combine as much as possible. And we're gonna torch this bad boy.
And like, he goes, my husband says, I've had this whole conversation with him.
Boom.
We're having like serious conversation, a normal conversation.
Okay.
He's like,
And
talks and shit he says is not
boom.
whether he's performing or just like having, like he was talking about like how his back's hurting, his back, my cousin's a physical
And then
therapist, like he's in school right now, but he's like,
bang.
and he's like, feel my confidence about like his back problems, this and that.
That's where you make your money. Got to get a little lean on it so you can get your body weight into it.
He said even when he talks serious, he talks in that way where you think like,
Oh my goodness, look at that crust. Come on, man. Come on, man. We don't make no Weenie Hut Junior sandwiches out here, man. Do me a favor, you want to give me a paper plate from that door? Oh, I guess you're not. I'll use the glass one, no worries.
it's all no customers.
Okay. And then, once I take that off and put it on the plate, do you want to put the camera, you can hold it on your hand or keep it on the tripod right here for the cross section?
Yeah.
Perfect.
2025 shouldn't do it.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Full monologue.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. My goodness. That is so hot.
This is like an opening monologue of the entire show, too.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, boys, come here. That's yours. Both of these would be one whole sandwich, but I split it. Just so you guys can try it while it's nice and hot. And you didn't have to wait for the next sandwich to come out.
Oh, this thing is huge, bro.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, we're not making any Weenie Hut Junior sandwiches out here. And I'm gonna need a live, so give me your rating out of 10. I need rating out of 10, and I need your notes on the flavor, what you like, what you don't like, what you would change, all of that stuff.
It's probably the best Cuban sandwich I've ever had, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Say that again?
That's probably the best Cuban I've ever had, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Best Cuban you ever had. We love that. We love that. How do you like the sauce? You taste it, right? Throughout the sandwich?
It's like, I taste it, but it's not overpowering. Like, the main
That's
taste
exactly
I'm
what we
tasting
want.
is the, what was that, pulled pork was the first thing in there?
Yeah.
That's like the main taste I'm getting. But like everything else, like complimenting it. It's not like overpowering it.
That's exactly what we want. What do you think, Kurt?
You guys don't care to be on camera, right?
No, bro.
It'll be alright.
I've never had a Cuban before in my life.
Uh,
I definitely have a second. That was good.
let's go. Let's go. Is that a sandwich where if you paid $15 for it, do you think there'd be times where you're like, man, let me go to that place again? Only honest answers. Don't glaze just to glaze.
What about now?
But like, you know, I order Cubans like everywhere.
No way. I didn't even know there were good Cubans around here. But
There's not.
for a guy who eats Cubans, the best Cuban you ever had, sick. Relax. Let me turn that down a bit. The extra grease is cooking me.
Cubans in Michigan suck.
That's for sure.
The bread is really good.
Oh yeah? Good, because it took me a while to find the right bread. It took me a while to find the right bread. It's not too greasy, is it?
No.
Good.
He's here.
Turn this a little bit. That is so hot, dude. My goodness. Al, what up, baby? Bro, you're in for such a treat now.
Let me get it.
Actually, there's pork on Ghost.
Yeah. He's got pork on his ass.
Guess on the sandwich of it is.
No, I'm about to make you one right now, bro. Don't you worry.
Is this what you guys were calling about? I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. Man's got to make a living. There we
What problem
go.
is that?
Anything you don't like about it? Nice. Very nice. Dude, I'm so glad I've been doing stuff like this, having people over, having people taste test. Because if it was just me relying on my own critiques and my own taste buds, because especially when you're selling food, bro, everybody has different tastes, everybody has different preferences. If I didn't have all that, it probably would have taken me an extra month to figure out this recipe.
why am I
It probably
drawing
would have
a
came
blank?
out way different.
This shit's on the first 2 tracks.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. Like, each time we made it,
How many
it
times
went
have
up a level, dude.
So this is your third attempt?
This is 3.5.
So your
The-
first one was the meat fresh, the second one was the meat.
Fresh as well. This is the only time I've done it where the meat is left over because before this I didn't have the recipe down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're frying the pickles now too?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get the vinegar taste out of it.
And it's like very subtle.
Yeah, because
Everything is very subtle.
before the pickle brine would just overpower like the entire sandwich.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
And then actually, not time.
Last time, did I say with or without mayo?
But this is like a mustard sauce. It's mustard aioli.
Yeah, I made that sauce from scratch.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. My own recipe and everything. I just started throwing stuff because I know how a typical aioli works. I know the basic like fundamentals of making an aioli, and I used that and played with it a little bit. I made like 6 or 7 different versions of the sauce until I got it right.
When you made the aioli, was it like, did you use a mayo base or did you go from
Mayo
scratch?
base, mayo and mustard. I'm not making mayo from scratch.
was
There's no
about
way.
to say.
You can't make mayo better than Heinz or those companies make mayo. It's mayo, you know. It's been perfected.
No, that's why I was wondering. Have you seen that guy on TikTok who lives out of his food truck? That's gonna be kind of something.
I'm gonna be going on dates picking up girls in the food truck. You don't gotta go there. Hey, Perka, you can have dinner in their driveway, you know?
Where are you taking me? The back. Oh, no, thank you. No, you don't want to go.
Oh, what are you pervert? You're disgusting. No, you don't understand.
Let me see that bed in that food truck, bro.
So it's finally my turn to try the sandwich. Everybody else has had a bite. Everybody else has devoured theirs. So I know the recipe is really good. It's the same exact pork that we used on the last taste test on Saturday that you guys weren't able to see. But the number one thing I was worried about was whether it would reheat well or completely get destroyed. And it looks like the sous vide did a beautiful job. I mean, look at this sandwich. This looks unbelievable. All right, let me quit yapping. Let me try it.
Actually, it was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at the Eagles get the Super Bowl when they won. And
That's not 90% the same sandwich. That's 100% the same sandwich.
Let me tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. It was halftime of the game. We looked up and you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting at the suite, like at the 50 yard line.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Silhouette.
I don't know how much bias is in there since I'm the one who made it. I'm the one who created the recipe.
Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump?
But if you ask me, that's a banging sandwich.
Weird thing with it, man, he loves football.
What do you think?
I think
Every time a team
Honest opinions only.
Remember, he
Yeah.
just hit you with the pillow.
I think the sauce went really well with it instead of it just being like mustard and plain and like original. And the pork, even when it was already cooked and used, and it's like a different day, it still like tastes really well and fresh. And it's overall, it's a really good sandwich.
Nice. So, dude, we need to get her as a reviewer on one of Gordon Ramsay's show or something. That was so eloquent. So she put that so much better than I could. But I think today was a massive success. And I think having all of my buddies over, helping us out the entire time, testing things, giving suggestions, giving critiques, helped me get through this process way faster than I otherwise would have by myself. So W Friends, W Sandwich. I'm going to have one more day where I invite a ton of people over, have everybody try it, have everybody give me the final green light, and then after that, it's time to work on the next one. Cheers.